Hello, my little deviants, and welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Devious. It's nice to see things have calmed down after our last episode. Don't worry, it looks like all of that was taken care of, so hopefully we can move on and have some peace for a little bit, but knowing DeviantArt, I highly doubt that. Alright, so we have a couple people who, again, kind of requested that I go through their profile, and then we have another one that was suggested by a friend on DeviantArt. So, oh boy, always an abundance of weird ones on this site, aren't there? Okay, so here we have Darth Rayner 83. As you may be able to tell, he is a bit of a My Little Pony fan. Just a little bit. You'd never notice though, it hides it really well. So we're just gonna go ahead and look through his gallery. Oh boy. You know, I never got some of the artists on DeviantArt. I can appreciate a variety of art styles, but I think this may be pushing it just a little bit. Okay, so here we have one of his crossover images. One of many, as you can already tell from the more from this artist tab on the side. My name is Rarity and I always have the element of generosity. You look very beautiful in your orange skirt. I have a pet cat with white fur named Opal. Rarity, I don't know what you're on, but I think you need to share with the rest of us. My name is Sailor Venus, but my real name is Mina Ayano. I was a pet owner. Was? What happened to your cat? Never mind, I don't really want to know. I was a pet owner of my beloved white cat Artemis. You are so beautiful and gorgeous, Rarity. Sailor Venus, I don't know what's going on with your feet here, but I think you need to get that looked at. So with the Rarity one, you can tell it is obviously cropped and pasted. I'm gonna guess he made the little balloons kind of himself, using the rectangle tool and possibly the line tool, because the tail looks a little bit misshapen, so I'm not really sure what happened there. There are easy ways to smooth that out, so you may want to work on that in your future projects, because that's a reoccurring theme in your images. With the Sailor Venus one, it looks like it was cropped and pasted, but there's like some really weird coloring issues going on. I don't know if you had a low resolution image, or, you know, if it was your editing software, which I'm going to assume is Microsoft Paint, but I don't really know and I'm not gonna judge. Okay, now I'm pretty sure this could count as child porn. I don't... I was never a big fan of the Magic School Bus. I believe that's what this is from. But I'm pretty sure all these little girls were children. Pretty sure they were underage, and I'd just like to point out, you would be able to see their nipples if they were actually wearing these dresses. I'd just like to point that out, especially on the on their left side, our right side. There's no coverage there, so I don't know what program or doll thing you're using, or if this is an image that you're copying and pasting, whatever. But you may want to get that looked at. Also, some of the faces are different resolutions. Like the first girl here in the pink, her face looks okay, but as it goes down the line, it gets progressively worse. Honestly, the best one here is Ms.Frizzle. I think that's her name. But even she has a lot of those white pixels around her body, so you may want to work on that a little bit. But I really wouldn't recommend posing child characters like this, because, you know, Playboy bunnies and what they're associated with, you may not want to do that. Pretty sure you can get in some trouble for this, and I like how you didn't even edit out the little logo, the URL here in the corner. That's nice. What's going on with the hands here? Did you draw the bodies yourself? Is that what happened? I thought these were from doll poses, but now that I'm looking at them, did you draw them? Because if so, I don't know how you got the white lines around here. You may want to try using a PNG file as that can make your background transparent, so it may be easier for you to cut and paste on here. And you need to work on your line work. A lot of this is really shaky. I don't know if this is from you using a mouse or what. Alright, I'm just gonna move on. I don't know how comfortable I am really looking at this. So if you guys haven't seen the new Rapunzel cartoon, it's actually really cute. The animation style is pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of Paperman, you know, that 2D and 3D style. It's actually really fun to look at. Some of the animation's a little bit static and wonky, but they are still working it out, so if anything, the design is pretty good. Now, what we have here is a new character that was introduced in the cartoon, Cassandra, or Cassandra. I don't really remember how her name was pronounced. I didn't watch enough episodes. But we have her cosplaying as someone from Flashdance. I'm gonna guess that's an 80s movie. I don't know where I got that from. Maybe the leg warmers, who knows? Alright, so it's obvious you drew the body on your own. It doesn't match the style of the head at all. And again, your line work is really shaky. I don't know if this is a tablet or a mouse. I don't know if you need to fix your settings or optimize something, but you really need to work on that because it's pretty distracting. I like the chin that you added in there. It's totally discreet. No one would notice. Don't worry. Fingers, they usually don't look like curled up sausages, so maybe pay more attention to the anatomy of fingers and anatomy overall. The feet kind of look, again, sort of weird. I don't know what references you're using, but maybe pay more attention to the perspective, because this foot looks like it's broken and tilting towards us. And again, you have that really weird white outline. I know it's barely visible, but I don't really know how you get that, honestly. I mean, if you're drawing the image and you're making a PNG, then you shouldn't really have that. And I'm having some questions as to Cassandra's, never mind, I'm sure she's got something personal going on, so I'm just gonna move on here. The shoulder, it really should have been moved up because it looks like it's, broken. It really should be moved up higher, and that would make your arm look a lot more natural. The other shoulder also needs to kind of move out. Shoulders usually are not just sort of lumps on the side. They have actual sort of dimension. They should be bumped out more. I don't really know what happened here around the leg warmers, but they're like weirdly pixelated, and also around the crotch area, like things are weirdly colored, so I don't really know if you're trying to color your line art or what. I don't know, some of this looks like it's from a doll maker, but then some of it looks like you drew it, so I'm really confused. I don't know if you traced or if you cut and paste from one of those doll posers. I don't really know, but things just look a little weird. There's a lot of mixing up of style here. Oh my goodness. I don't want to know. Okay, so here we have another crossover between Jimmy Neutron and that DC Supergirl show or whatever. Superhero Girls. I don't remember. The one where they further ruined Harley Quinn, that one. You know that one? No, not the other one, this one. Obviously, again, you have another cut and paste here with Harley Quinn, because she looks perfectly fine, but even though I've been avoiding the show like the plague, I can still tell you that is the show's style, so it's obvious you copied this from somewhere and just pasted it in. I'm sorry, but that's not really art. You can't just take someone else's stuff and claim it as your own. You didn't even give any credit in the descriptions. That's honestly kind of frustrating. But it looks like you did draw Cindy over here, who is cosplaying for some reason as Harley Quinn. I don't think those exist in the same universe, but whatever. No harm done, I suppose. I need to stop looking at the More tab. Really? You did Elsa and Anna and Chun-Li and Cammy? I'm not gonna click. Is that Daria? Please stop ruining my childhood. Someone get the bleach. Okay, so with Cindy over here, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but it looks like you traced it, because some of this obviously is not your style, because you have that shaky line art like you can see here in the hands, but like her feet look, closer to the show style, her head and her hair look closer to the style. I don't remember her body, but I remember the bodies of Jimmy Neutron were kind of like stocky and thin. You know, like they all had a different style, but that was kind of like how they all turned out. You know, a lot of people aren't fans of the giant blocks of text, so maybe cut those out. But yeah, I really feel like you traced this. I've seen a lot of tracers in my day on DeviantArt, so red flags kind of going up. I really wouldn't recommend tracing. I think you can have a lot of potential if you really put your mind to it, but I'd really stop doing these kind of sort of weird cut and paste crossovers. Crossover art is fine. It can be really good, and I've seen a lot of artists really succeed in that, but this honestly is not the way to go about it. Alright, so while I was going through his profile the very first time and debating if I wanted to talk about it, I was clicking random buttons and I came across his scraps. So yeah, I don't really know why you took this out. Oh, maybe that's why we have giantess art. Yay. See, your photography work is really good. I don't know why you aren't, posting more of this. This is honestly pretty good. I would have run this through a few more filters, just to kind of brighten up the color and saturate things a little more, but honestly, this is good. This is what you should be posting more of. Your photography work honestly is pretty solid. Some of it is a little bit lackluster, but I feel like you could really excel in that area. See here, you actually got a pretty good angle. I like how the sun is sort of filtering down through the buildings, and you really could have made a cool effect if you had played around with it a little more. You have a really good angle. I like the symmetry here. Like, it's a little offset so it drags the eye through the picture, which honestly is really good. This is what I want to see more of from you. Less of this and more of this. Honestly, I think you can do a lot with the camera you have. It looks pretty clean. Things are a little bit blurry, but honestly, running that through some filters would probably clean that up pretty quick. So, yeah, I suppose that's my last thoughts for, Darth Rayner 83. You could, like, your editing, it's not that bad. You have a weird sort of coloration issue going on with a lot of your pictures. Like, you have some weird coloring issues and some weird line issues. But honestly, you're getting a good grasp on proportions, which a lot of artists have some problems with. But you really should be doing more of your photography. Your photography work is really, really good. I really want to see more of that from you. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move on here to Meme Lord Coffee Cup. This guy is honestly pretty cool. If you ever get a chance to have a fun conversation with him, he's always good for the lulz. Alright, so this is a lot of what I've seen from this user. It's mostly been sort of that pixel art, which again, I'm always in awe of because I can't do any of this. But it's really simplistic, but honestly, I feel like that adds a lot to it. Like, there's a little bit of shading here, and then there's a little bit of shading on the blood drip. Sorry if any of you get triggered, don't worry. It's fake blood. But the style is really clean. It's not necessarily that 8-bit style. I forget if it's 16 or 24. I'm disappointing all my gaming friends. But it's a really nice and clean style. It's really simplistic, and honestly, I really want to see more of it. This skeleton's just adorable. I'm sorry, I have a weakness for skulls and skeletons. It's just cute. A little bit of proportion issues here, like the head is really big compared to the arms, but I don't know, I kind of feel like that was intentional. I feel like I need more of this. I need more of this GIF in my life. Especially with some of the profiles I always seem to come across. You see what I mean? Always good for the wolves. Well, I know what Valentine's Day cards I'm using next year. I'm sending these to everyone. Oh boy. So I know he's really busy. I believe he's working on a project right now. I want to say he is. Sorry if my memory's a little weird. My brain is basically a bag of cats at this point, but whatever, we're gonna keep moving on. That profile picture. So if you guys ever come across his profile, try to listen to his music. It's honestly pretty good. I really recommend it. I do have one thing to say to you, sir. More of the memes, please. Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, just 10 out of 10. This is beautiful. This is what needs to be on the front page of DeviantArt every day. Every time users log on, this is the face that should greet them. So last thoughts, honestly your style is really good, but I'd really like to see what else you're capable of. Like, you've shown a lot of work and a lot of progress in the pixel style, going from that really simplistic 8-bit style to a lot more detailed. And honestly, the animations are always really smooth, they're always really nice to see. So I'd really like to see what else you have in store for us, Meme Lord Coffee Cup. I feel like you have a lot of talent that you're just not showing us yet. Alright, so in case you need a trigger warning, because I know some people are a little sensitive when it comes to things, the next profile is a little bit on the creepy side, but honestly I think it's really cool, so I'm gonna talk about it anyway. But if you guys don't like that really creepy kind of style, then just don't look the rest of the video until you hear me, being like, well, that was it. Anyway, moving on, there's my disclaimer. Alright, so here we have Scotty Misfit, another really cool person to talk to on DeviantArt. They really succeed in sort of that creepy, almost kind of disturbing style, but I have a morbid sense of humor and it takes a lot to bug me, so I honestly think it's pretty cool. Alright, so they really succeed in this sort of that scribbling style, which I've always really liked. I think it's really cool when people can just turn like a bunch of scribbles and turn it into art. And the fact you're doing this with like a pen, like a normal pen on a piece of paper, just kudos. I can't do that. I have tried so many times to just doodle with a pen and it always comes out looking like a garbled mess. Honestly, I just really kind of like that creepy style because I never really feel like I can accomplish it without just being like a total edgelord, so kudos. All of the kudos. So it's got kind of that Tim Burton feel to it. Honestly, these kind of feel like character sketches. I feel like I'll be seeing these in the next Tim Burton movie, if he still did clay animation. I don't know, does he? I feel like that's kind of not his thing anymore. Huh, now that's gonna be bugging me. I don't know, I feel like a lot of this kind of should be in a horror movie. I mean that in a good way. But I feel like these would be like scribbles in some demented child's brain. I swear, I mean all of this as compliments, but I feel like it's coming out as insults. Alright, here we have... No, this kind of looks more like digital art. It said traditional art, but I really feel like you did this digitally. I'd like to see what else you can do. I mean, this is a lot cleaner than the rest of your art that I've seen, but honestly, I think it could be really cool. Like some lighting, a face, or a head to go around the face, I think would be really cool. Yes, more of this, please. So I really love how this one came out. You can tell because I commented on this like forever ago, but honestly this is kind of one of my favorite pieces. I just love how the eyes turned out, like the whole stitches and all sunken in. It looks really cool. And I don't really think you use shading here, it just looks like a lot of scribbles. But it looks really cool. I can't do that, so I'm just gonna marvel at you. I hope you're okay with that. Alright, so here we have a painting from Scotty Misfit, and honestly, I love how this one came out. Why don't you do more of this? This is honestly really cool. I mean, I love your creepy and disturbing work, but I really do want to see more of this. I don't know, it's just like the art nerd in me. I need more. So I like how you desaturated the blue, because it works really nicely with sort of that blood red, that sort of orangey red kind of tone. It adds a lot, and it gives sort of the complementary colors a chance to work with each other without overwhelming, you know? That's something a lot of artists need to really work on, the balance of complementary colors. It's something you don't see a lot, but I really think it creates sort of this neat effect. And honestly, you have some really cool shading here going on the mountains. Like, I don't know if that was on accident, like, you know, the paint just kind of piled up or something, but it looks really cool. It has sort of this gradient effect. Some of the snow could use a little work, because some of it's sort of that really thin stuff and some of it's really thick. So maybe play around with that a little bit more. Like, I would have kept sort of the thicker pieces out the top and then watered it down as it went. I think that would have created a lot smoother effect, but I don't know, I kind of like the rough effect. I don't know what it is. Whenever I can see brush strokes and things in paintings, it's always kind of fun to sort of deconstruct how the artist made it. I don't know, it's always just been a weird thing of mine. But I'd really like to see more of this. This is really cool. Why are you not in my favorites yet? Yeah, so more of this, please. This is honestly really cool. Alright, so last words for you. More art, please. You have a really nice diversity, but I really want to see more. Like, I've seen you kind of do sort of more of the digital paintings. I've seen you do the more traditional stuff with the pen and paper. But I don't know, I still feel like we haven't seen all of your potential yet. Especially with those paintings, I had no idea you even did those. Those are really cool. Please do more of those. Like, I know painting always takes a while, but I don't know, I really like your style with it. Because you still kind of manage the scribbly look, but it just, I don't know, it blends really nice with the roughness of the painting. You're really cool, bro. Alright, so that was our third episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Devious. A lot less, rage-inducing, I think, than our last one. Look, guys, I actually reviewed art. What? And I guess I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye for now.